All right, guys, so it's the apocalypse. I don't know what we're gonna do. We have this giant tractor. We have a huge tent. We have 160 acres. What are we gonna do, guys? Are we gonna survive? We only have a giant wood stove. We only have a Zendur power bank. We only have a massive cooler and 25 years worth of food supplies. What are we gonna do?
I think you're tripping.
I think you're right.
Tripping.
I think we'll be fine. Actually, today we're building a campsite on the property. Now, what could the possible prepping use for something like this be? I'm thinking that, let's just say zombies overran the house in the apocalypse, right? Where do we go then?
Hey buddy, you got a light? Hey man, you got a light?
We're gonna set up a tent today. What's a tent called?
The Cootie Octopus Russian.
The Cootie Octopus Panda Russian Bear Tent. Come on, man, get it right.
Sorry. That's a big name.
Cootie Octopus Russian Bear Tent. Sent to us directly from Vladimir Putin himself. It's true, I've sold out to the Russians, guys. So we're gonna set up this tent. It's an inflatable tent. I'm looking forward to it because this one's massive. It's 16 feet in diameter, which is insane. And it's very lightweight. It only weighs 150 pounds.
Yeah.
So I want to see if you guys can carry it over here. Actually, we're gonna finish grading first. So what I did is I got some gravel, because this is the kind of tent that you almost want to make like a semi-permanent platform for. In the prairies, to find a place like this is a little difficult sometimes. So this is gonna be our safe haven. Should the house be overrun, this is how we're gonna fight our way back inside, right?
So,
yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Whatever you say.
All right, she's a realist and he's more of an idealist. I'm getting itchy because these bugs are biting. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so I found this perfectly natural spot. Would you believe it? How lucky are we that we found a spot that is perfectly graded with gravel in the middle of this pristine wilderness? Actually, I'm bullshitting because this used to all be a bunch of gnarly, scraggly rubble, just like we have here. So we pulled all of this crap out of there, some good old firewood. This forest probably has been overgrown for God knows how long, maybe 50, 60 years. There was a lot of cleaning that we had to do, but we finally got it all nice and manicured, and it's nice to see it coming along. You know something is made in Russia when it takes 2 people to carry it. All right, so as you guys can see, 150 pounds, super ultra lightweight. You can pack it in on extended backcountry excursions and you'll be fine, right?
Sure.
Would you mind taking this?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I see a problem with right up from the get-go, why would you make this in an off-white? Don't get me wrong, heavy-duty canvas material, but why make it in white? It just looks bad. Just make it in a dark green, OD green, some kind of camouflage, like you do your other tents. I mean, I realize this is for suburban yuppies who ain't surviving the apocalypse if their life depended on it, but even they like things looking nice and clean. Okay, so we're gonna take this out. We're professionals.
Not.
So what do you think the easiest way to do this is? How do we quickly get it out?
This.
Sure. So this material is a very thick canvas. So you get that organic canvas, semi-permanent structural durability. And that canvas also retains heat a lot better. Doesn't dissipate water as good. And it's certainly not ultralight. But this is what the old prospector tents were made out of. What is in here? Oh, that's the rain fly. These are all the screens. Some, oh, this is the pump here. We got more stuff. Okay, so in here, it looks like we have a fairly decent looking pump. I was promised no poles, but we got poles for something. I'm not sure what. I guess we'll find out. So they give us these big honkin' tent pegs that you can beat in with a mallet and not have to worry about bending. So these are our screen doors. We're gonna definitely want these. The cool thing about this tent is you can interchange 8 windows and you can have either screens or see-through vinyl, which is good for if it's winter and the sun's coming in. That vinyl will allow the sun's energy to come in and it won't allow it to escape. So maximize heating efficiency. All right, so they give us this giant rain fly. I don't know if we're gonna put it on yet, just for the sake of ventilation. So it's a nice fly. It's very thick, very durable material. It almost looks, it's not double layer, but it has like a ripstop nylon material with a certain type of water resistant liner. And everything is weather sealed, so that's cool. It's very heavy, so it's very heavy duty. You need a big rain fly for something like this. So this is a repair kit. This is for the inflatable part of the tent. So if there ever is some kind of puncture, then you have about 4 opportunities, it looks like, to fix it. There's 2 valves. Okay, so there's one on top. This one is the big one. This is what you use to deflate the tent. You open this up, it immediately deflates. Okay, so now to pump it up, this square one, this is the inflate valve. Okay, so this is a one-way valve, meaning that you can pump it up and air is not gonna be able to escape. I don't like this dongly thing, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a first world problem if there ever was one.
Yeah,
We're such betas in the first world. Oh, I don't like a dongle getting in the way of my $3,000 tent.
This is gonna take forever to pump.
That's why we have you. They say it inflates in 9 minutes. I think 100 pumps, or is it less than that? So as you can see, it's very difficult to pump this tent up, which is why you get yourself a bubbly, get a child.
So the air tent, you can pump that up in like 2 minutes, actually like 1 minute.
All right, guys, so I pumped all it up. It only took a few pumps.
No, he didn't!
I must say, for backpacking, nothing beats a Nor tent. They're just super lightweight, but for durability, nothing beats Russian Bear. They don't care about weight, so they can put all these bells and whistles to this tent. It's built to withstand the elements. It's built for if you have a friend who's a bear. If you wrestle bears, this is probably your kind of tent. So now we're gonna start loading it with stuff. One of the cool things about this tent is that yes, there's a stove jack. It sucks because you have to use an angle pipe to come off. But the cool thing is you can put the stove jack wherever you want. There's also a ventilation there. So if you want
Your
to,
night core.
that's actually cool for the AC.
It's like it's like meant for that. And this is the way you put your cords, like the solar panels.
Wow. You can see there's guy out points everywhere. There's actually a couple guy out points, so you can really cinch this thing down good. It's not going anywhere. And like my son said, it's actually a lot more durable because you have 8 of these different things. This is kind of a pro and con. One of the pros is that there's 2 places you can pump it up from and it'll pump up the whole thing. There are certain tents, inflatable tents, where the channels are separate. So that way if you puncture one, the tent will still stand. If there's any puncture in this tent anywhere, the whole thing is going to deflate. There is a patch kit, but finding a leak isn't always an easy task in these things. The other feature I wanted to show you, so there's a protective covering over each tube. So the tube material is actually very rugged, very heavy duty, and it's also covered. So you can see the actual material up top there. There's a shelf that attaches to these rings. Okay, we're not sure where it is, but it's a cool feature if we can find it. So underneath, so we have the base underneath here. So if you're like ice fishing or something, you can take this floor out, or if you want part of the floor exposed, you can do that. Okay, so we finished setting up the tent. We got our campsite nice and good. This is not my kind of camping, guys. I'm used to going back out into the crown land where there's no nice manicured gravel place to put your tent. So this is different, but I guess that's a sign that I'm getting older. I want things a little easier. I'm actually quite surprised by this tent. It's bigger than I thought. I'm so used to Russian Bear quality because I've used so many of their tents that I'm not necessarily, you know, that amazed by the quality because I'm so used to it. It's a great quality tent. I think it's pretty cool. It looks good. I'm looking forward to cooking up some stuff and
Today, yeah.
sleeping under the stars. When you're inside the tent, it almost looks like some kind of cathedral or something.
Yeah,
It's pretty neat. The other thing that's cool about it is, like most dome tents, they're arched in a circle, so that limits the amount of use for the side because of course you can't stand up straight. So the thing with the octagonal aspect is that there are 8 columns that kind of go around as opposed to arched domes where you can't really use that sidewall space. So you can actually stand up in here even along the sides. Yeah, this is just, I'm just digging this, man. Like this is pretty cool. All we need is a little bit of music, some kind of barbecue going on or something. And it would be nice if we had a water source nearby. You know, I mean, there's always the house, which is 200 meters away. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna camp in it overnight. So let's go get some more gear. Let's get some food to cook. And we'll see you guys in a bit, I guess. Or actually, we won't because we'll jump cut all this out and you will never know. We got solar panels. We got a Zendur. We got a 6x6. We got a backpack with some camera gear. We got a dog over there. What's up, dog? Got a nice fire going that I built myself.
No, I did, imposter.
Well, hey, I taught you how to do it. Built a little bench here out of a few logs, and we got some chairs and whatnot. We got a sign over here just reminding everybody what time it is. FAFO, as they say. So we got a couple beds. We got our wood stove that we don't quite need just yet. We got food that we're gonna start cooking up right away here. And yeah, this is the cathedral. Pretty cool place. Pretty kick-ass. We got some cool toys.
Guns for the coyotes.
You know, it's cool though, with the 22, you can, you know, you're forced to kind of really think about your shot, right?
Oh, you hit it, but you didn't move. You gotta try to get it again.
You try. Shoot like your mama. My son left the red dot on, so it died, the battery died.
When he was doing the video, he forgot to turn it off.
You lie. I still hit the target. Still the top G. Shot him in the butt. The back foot. That's how you do it. Missed the bullseye. Where'd you get the ice cream? We're supposed to be in the wilderness.
The freezer. You're the one who made us get
Our
it.
cover is blown.
You're the one who made us get it.
No, I didn't.
Just
I'm
like
on a
that.
diet. I don't eat that bad stuff. So we screwed up. We have this massive tent. We have everything we could possibly want, except I forgot to bring the grill, so we have to improvise. So we got some cast iron, got some butter, we got some rocks. So we're just gonna put that right on the rocks. And I just realized that once this gets hot, I don't have a piece of leather or a leather glove to grab this with. So that's what the cameraman is for. I'm not gonna cook the veggies yet because we want the meat to be nice and tender before we get them veggies on the grill. What do you think? All right, so we got some bottom sirloin. This is from the bottom G section. Thought we were the top G's around here. I guess we're the bottom G's still. Didn't get enough views last month. Okay. We're gonna cook up all this bottom sirloin. Okay, you just said that this was glamping, right? Okay, in one respect, I agree with you that compared to what we usually do when we rough it, this is totally glamping. We got a gravel base, perfectly graded. We have a super tent. We have everything we need, but glamping is actually those people who have those giant trailers. That's glamping. And only get out to go and sit and drink a beer. That's glamping. This, in the modern era, is still considered rustic camping, believe it or not. So we're still hardcore, bro. And guess what? You get to sleep on the mattress that deflates. Why? Because it's part of your rite of passage. To become a man, I'm gonna sleep on that raised cot, that nice cushy
Yeah, you're gonna fall
twin
off.
mattress. I don't think so.
If you go on that side, you'll fall off.
Well, then I guess I'll fall on top of you. I hear coyotes.
Be quiet, Kyle.
All right, so here we are in the cathedral, getting ready to eat a great meal. Totally burnt that. Why did you burn it?
Hey, I'm the 9-year-old here.
I'll get you back when we play chess. Well, I must say that the Octopus has a pretty cool ambiance at night. It's a perfect tent for a single lantern if you could get it right in the middle, but it really illuminates well because of the color. This is vinyl, so this is covered so you can see right in. You can see out clearly, but it does illuminate very well because of the reflectivity of the material. You can see on all sides right now, we have the screens. The no-seam mesh seems to be working really good. There are little to no bugs in here, and that's surprising considering we got a lot of bugs outside right now. But take a look at that panoramic view. Isn't that amazing? And if you want, you can put vinyl all around. You could see if there's creepers lingering. I got a question to ask you, and this is totally impromptu. We did not rehearse this, so I have no idea what you're gonna say. If someone came up to you and was like, hey man, I'm feeling kind of down. What is the meaning of life? What would you tell them?
How's your family doing?
That's fair enough. That's a fair answer. So the meaning of life is something that's external to yourself. Right on. Bro fist. It's a pretty cool campsite, hey? We got all these weird, like, oddly shaped trees snaking through the forest. The request that we have for Russian Bear.
If Russian Bear's watching this, make sure you change this name to Spider instead of Octopus.
Maybe they thought that spider would scare people. Because there's some people who don't like spiders, you know? The idea of being in a spider all night, I don't know.
Might not sit too well with people. Octopus, I think some people can stomach that.
Listen to that fire crackling.
That's a aluminum can that you just threw in there.
ASMR. Listen to that crackle.
Carcinogenic ASMR.
Yeah.
Can you hear the toxins being combusted?
One place where I think if there's going to be a failure, it's going to be up there because there's just so much going on with all those interconnections. Fortunately, it's not a place that's going to see a lot of action once you set it up. You're never going to touch it because it's 8 feet in the air. But that's one problem with this type of tent is that the more dynamic you make it, the greater the risk of poppage. Still very cool. I don't like the off-white coloring, but at least you can see where you put everything. It just has a color that I don't think is going to age well. Bro, what are you doing, you pyro? All right, it's time for us to go to bed because we got to work tomorrow. Well, one of us does.
Bro.
What do you have to do tomorrow? It's so important. Got any projects you're working on?
I want to make a review on this lantern.
The Luminade lantern?
Yes, sir.
It kicks a lot of butt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's very cool. Got 2 different color settings, red and white.
And like red is like the perfect illumination.
Preserves your night vision, they say.
Yeah.
And I think it attracts less bugs.
Definitely.
But I could be wrong about that. All right, bro. Good night. See you on the flip side. Well, that was an amazing sleep. First night in the tent, I must say. Probably one of the best sleeps I've had in a while.
Temperature was perfect. The bugs are down this morning. The birds are chirping. It's a good day to be alive. If you guys want any more info on any of the gear, check it out in the description below. Take care, guys.
The best way to support this channel is to support yourself by gearing up at CanadianPreparedness.com, where you'll find high-quality survival gear at the best prices, no junk, and no gimmicks. Use discount code PREPPINGGEAR for 10% off. Don't forget, the strong survive, but the prepared thrive. Stay safe.